Hello everyone, thank you for joining me on this little trip here. And what I figured I'd do this week, since I'm not able to actually get out here and spend the night, I only have one day off this weekend, but I figured I'd show you my lightweight setup, stuff I typically bring with me at a minimum when I do an overnighter. I just want to start off by saying that, you know, if you carry more stuff, that's fine. That doesn't make me better than you or a better bushcrafter than you. You know, there's times where I bring a lot of stuff that are more comfort items than, you know, practical. But I weighed this on the scale and it weighs 21 pounds. The only thing in here that I don't have that I would normally bring with me is a leather notebook, just to, you know, write down things that I did that night or whatever, and some food. Normally I'll bring, you know, like a steak, you know, bacon and eggs, things like that. So you could probably add maybe another pound to that. But this is right here what I'll typically bring with me. And we'll start off with the pack. This is called a John pack. Packs for the common man. I went up to Reliance Outfitters last weekend. I'll go ahead and show you the knife that I picked up. And it is a Scorpion. And I figured while I was up there I'd buy a few things that I needed. I'm only, you know, an hour away from their store, so I picked up this John pack here. Wax canvas material. It's pretty light for it being wax canvas. I really like it. I could easily turn this into a 3-day bag. I still got plenty of room in here to put stuff. But it's got a nice sleeve right here on the side to put a saw. And on this side you can hang an axe. I really like that about it. And one thing about packs is I don't normally like to carry bags that have a bunch of little pockets. I'd rather have a bag that has a few pockets but big pockets. But we won't get into details on that kind of stuff. I'm just going to show you what I got in here. First we'll start off with my wool blanket here. And I have some stuff inside the wool blanket, so I'll show you that real quick. Inside here I have a 100% cotton t-shirt. What you do is you go to Walmart, and in the craft section they'll have these 100% cotton t-shirts for like $4, and I'll use this for many things. Char cloth material, which I have a piece here that's been cut off. I made char cloth last time I was out here. And for many other reasons, hygiene, you can dress a wound, you know, many uses for that. Inside here I'll have some spare wool socks. Every night when I go to bed I'll change into some dry, clean wool socks. I normally bring about 50 feet of paracord with me or so, and a few pieces of fat wood. I'll put all that in there real nice, roll that up, get these gloves out of the way, and then just roll this inside of it. I'll have to re-roll. Oh, let's try that again. Let's see. Then just roll it all up. And then I'll strap it to the bottom of my pack. Alright, back to the pack now. I have a Filzer buck saw that folds down real nice. Fits right in the sleeve. And then the axe I have is a Council Tools Woodcraft axe. This one was a little pricey, but it came razor sharp and came with a sheath. When it comes to buying cheaper gear, which I have plenty of cheap gear, when you buy cheaper axes, they don't normally come very sharp and they don't come with a sheath. So, but it's pretty easy to sharpen them if you know how to do that, and you can pick up a sheath, you know, pretty much anywhere that'll work with your axe. In the front pocket here, that wind's really picking up. I'll have another knife. This is just a Mora Light My Fire. It's got a ferro rod on the end of it. I always have a backup knife. Next in here I have my compass. Out here I don't use it so much. I've been out here a million times. I'm not too far from the road. But if I'm ever in a place I'm not familiar with, I'll bring a map and use my compass. Learn how to use this. May save your life. Pretty awesome. This is a Sunto MC2. Alright, next, a headlamp. Need a good headlamp. This one I think cost me $8, and it's really bright. So always have a headlamp. let's see here. I just have a tinder bag. I got some birch bark in there. I bring many different ways to start a fire, because you never know. And I have here my ferro rod. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's a bayite, maybe. I got it off of Amazon for $10, and what I've done is I've just put a little ring of duct tape around the end, because I like to take my ferro rod and pull it towards me like this instead of the knife down. This helps you grip. Plus, it's always good to have a little extra duct tape in case you need to make some repairs. Many uses for that. You can even light the duct tape on fire and it'll burn for a while. Next, I always bring a surefire way to start a fire. You know, it could be very rainy, everything's wet, you just can't get things going. I'll bring a Bic lighter. Now you want a bright colored one. Since it's snowing out here, this probably isn't the right color for these conditions. But you can bring like a pink one or an orange one, something bright to where if you drop it you can see it. And a mini Inferno from Pathfinder. A substitute for this that I use a lot is just some cotton balls that are mixed with petroleum jelly. That'll work very well. Yeah, I've used that a few times. What else do I have in here? Let's see, I have a leather strop and some honing compound with a few band-aids. I just like to keep my knife sharp. I don't ever want it to get too dull, because once it gets too dull you actually have to use a stone to sharpen it, and when you use a stone you're removing a lot of materials. And so I'll just kind of put some of this honing compound on here and just kind of sharpen my blade as need be. Let's see, what else do I have in here? Hygiene kit. I got some wet wipes, my toothbrush, toothpaste, and deodorant, and some toilet paper. Let's see, and that's it for my front pocket. Alright, first thing in my bag here, I have a tarp. It's a Tent Tools 10x10 tarp. I believe I got this off of Amazon a couple years ago for $30 if I remember right. But it's a nice big tarp with plenty of grommets and tie out points. You can make many different tent configurations with this tarp right here, and it's very light. So that always goes in my pack. Alright, next for water purification. While I was up at Reliance Outfitters, I picked up a Grail. This thing is really nice. The water that's around here is already pretty clear, so this filter should last a long time. That's really my only gripe about this. This does not filter that much water before you need to replace it, and the filters can be a little pricey. But I spend a lot of my time in this area and the water's already clear, so it should last a while. But a cheap substitute for this is actually something I used in my last video. It's the Sawyer squeezable water filter, and you know, it's super lightweight, and I think it filters 100,000 gallons of water. And you can put the filter system on any bottle, you know, a 2-liter bottle or a 20-ounce bottle, something like that. You can take that with you. But if you have the money, definitely get that. Let's see here. What do I have next? I have the nesting cup, the Pathfinder nesting cup, and the 32-ounce bottle. Obviously, many reasons to carry something like this: for cooking, you know, to clean water, to boil water, and you can also make char cloth in this as well. You put your 100% cotton material in there, close it, throw it in the fire, make you some char cloth. Super lightweight as well. All right, next I have just a little ground pad here. I cut it off of a cheap yoga mat or exercise mat that I got at Walmart, just to keep my knees out of the mud, you know. So definitely bring that with me. And I normally won't bring two different kinds, but these are pretty lightweight, so I'll bring them both. Just a Drix Bushcraft grill, cook up a burger, cook up a steak, and I can't remember the exact brand of this. Let me take these gloves off real quick. I think it's a Tabiki. I think that's it. It's from Japan. But I also used this in my last video as well. just a little grill here. You have to make a handle for it, but that only takes a few minutes. Cook me up some bacon and eggs in the morning. So I've got that. That's to cook my food. And the last thing I have are 6 mil 55-gallon drum liners. You can use these for many reasons. You can turn it into a poncho. You can use it to collect water if you need to. If you want to stuff this full of sticks, take back to your camp so you can do a lot at one time. But I mostly use this to either stuff with leaves and lay on top of it to prevent convection. Or a few videos ago I made a poacher's camp, which is my favorite thing to do in the woods. It's comfortable and helps keep you warm. As a poacher's bed, you can go back a couple of videos ago and you can see that. Sorry, it's getting really cold out here. I think the last time I checked it was like 15 degrees, so bear with me here. But a substitute for this is just one of those blue, yoga mats, something like that to get you off the ground. That in combination with a nice thick sleeping bag or wool blanket should help with convection. These are 6 mil thickness, which are pretty hard to find. You can't just go to a store and find 6 mil thickness bags, but you can easily go find 3 mil and they'll work just fine. But they're not as thick as this. You can be a little rougher with these. That's pretty much it, guys. This pack is super light. You can walk a long distance with this and not really get tired. So, but like I said before, we're all in this together. I'm not gonna judge you if you take a lot of stuff. It's not like that. I'm no expert in this kind of thing, and we all learn something new every day when we're out here, and that's what it's all about, learning together, learning new ways to do things. And yeah, I'm just happy people get out in the woods still. It's kind of nice. So take whatever you want. This is just my setup. Let me know if there's anything you think I'm missing, something you never go in the woods without. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you would, please, I'd appreciate it. And if there's anybody that might be into this kind of stuff, just share this video with them. I would appreciate it a lot. But once again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.